In this episode, we're going to talk about Syrah and the difference between Old and New World wines. All right, welcome back to Drinking It In. I'm your host, Chris Casara. We are here to help you know more and drink better. And we are talking about Syrah wines today. Syrah, big grape, big grape. Another grape that's underrated, another grape that's not necessarily well understood, and just simply needs more attention. So we're gonna taste two different wines today, one from the New World and one from the Old World. So what does that mean, first off? So I'm gonna keep the definition really simple. The Old World of wine is anything produced in Europe, and the New World is anything not produced in Europe. So the reason why we kind of distinguish between Old and New World is because the styles are different. You know, this Syrah that we're going to taste from the U.S., from the state of Washington, is likely going to be more boisterous and fruit-driven than the Syrah that we're going to taste from the Saint Joseph region in France. They'll have more earthy notes and more nuances to it. So make sure you understand that a little bit when you're going into to buy a wine, because those guidelines will help. They're not perfect 100% of the time, but for the majority of the time, they'll work. So Syrah, it's also known as Shiraz. It's also known as Saint Joseph, Cornas, Hermitage, Côte Rôtie. And the latter half, right, of that statement is because in Europe, they name the wines after a place. So when you see the word Saint Joseph on a label, like you do here, that means it's a Syrah-based wine. When you see the word Hermitage or Crow's Hermitage or Cornas, that means it's a Syrah-based wine. In the US, in Australia, you're going to see Syrah right smack on the front part of the label. In Australia, you see Shiraz. Let's get into these wines. So the Syrah grape, if you go back, you think we have the light side of the spectrum and a heavyweight wine. Syrah is going to be right at the edge of your heavyweight wine. It's a big wine. So just make sure you understand that. This guy's got a screw cap, which is just delightful. Let's taste. So I'm going to pour the Saint Joseph over here to my right, your left, and we'll pour the Washington State Syrah on the other side here. Okay. So Syrah, generally plummy, big blackberries, lots of black fruit. Sometimes you get some olives. You can get some chocolate, milk chocolate, some espresso, things like that. And a lot of Syrahs will have a black pepper note. The wines aren't too acidic. They're right in the middle for medium acidity. So it's easy. They're easy to drink, even though they can be big. So I'm going to start over here with the American one. So this is a 2017 Boom Boom Syrah from Charles Smith. If you see, Charles Smith makes all kinds of really good wines, really well priced. Like this one, I mean, they're in different stratospheres as far as price is concerned. I think this one's $13. This is probably 30-ish, but Charles Smith does really good work. So let's see what this guy, if this is true to the Syrah facts that I just laid out. It's definitely lots of black fruit. Blackberries, maybe black raspberries, a little jammy. Not getting much more than that, maybe because I just opened it, but these tend to not need that much time to breathe out. All right. There's a little spice that comes in. This, again, for under $15, this is a winner. It's going to be easy to serve with, some lamb, burgers, barbecue, anything like that. This will be a winner with. Really nice though, for especially really good value for the price. Now let's go over to the Saint Joseph. So this is a 2016 vintage from Domaine Merlin, Francois. Full disclosure, I had one bottle of this before, and I really enjoyed it. I'm hoping this one brings the same effort to the table. Yeah, it did. Oh, except this one smells Woo, this is dirty. This is this kind of goes back to the old world versus new world. So this guy literally smelled like I'm walking in the dirt near a barn. So there's earthy nuances, shall we say? Yeah. So if you've got some, some dirt, some blackberries, some, almost a violet note. That's weird. Okay. It's so cool though. There's so many layers here. So thankfully that dirt, that earthy dirtiness, doesn't come through on the palate, and it definitely doesn't come through here. Blackberries, really dark, really pure. There's almost a spice note coming through. I'm getting I almost get like a little black olive. So this, really good stuff. Either of these wines are more than serviceable, even at the price levels that they're at. Really good. So, just in terms of when you have some Syrah, what do you want to be eating with the Syrah? Like I said, burgers, lamb, barbecue. Syrah is going to go well with steak. Things like that. I'll give you one tip. Don't drink Syrah with scallops, right? If you're, when you're thinking Syrah, think heavy red meat and you'll be good. That's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I had fun. These wines are really good, fun to taste. It'd mean a lot to me if you hit like, hit subscribe, commented. Let me know what you want, what grapes you want to see next, and I'll see you next time.